Exactly. Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Let's get back to it.
None of that was material though. It's That's it. What if I got this nice chain and you feel me? You see the whip.
So that means nothing to me because I think we get so caught up in materialistic things that once it's said and done, you can't hide behind a new car or the Benz or a chain, 5 chains on your neck. I think that becomes a culture thing. And I think our purpose extends outside of culture, outside of traditions, and we have to be able to separate ourselves away from that.
That's just old school dating.
Oh, man.
Old school dating is needed though. So like it's needed.
You about to say you must agree. Anything you want to add?
Feel like rules of dating someone is honesty and communication. I feel like a lot of times people go into relationships and they're not honest with themselves as to what they want. You can't tell nobody what you want. They're just saying anything. So if you're not honest with yourself, what you want, what it is you're looking for, a lot of people are looking for wives and they don't know how to be a husband. And same with women. And like people need to know what that even means to be able to give that to someone who can look for that. And the communication. It's terrible.
Communication barrier between the
Yeah,
and say that.
it's
I communicate well. Well, see, women do want to communicate because it's been kind of a woman concept. Because accountability and women don't work in the same system. But I'm gonna let y'all finish before I start reading this.
We gonna put on what we just said.
You agree about that? Communication is important.
Of course, I think it's one of the top fives I can say. Because if you don't communicate, then you don't know what the other. It's just like when you texting, you texting one thing, but a person might perceive it to be something different or comprehend it to be different. So it's best to just go ahead and have that verbal conversation or whatever. So yeah, I think it's a top five.
Okay. I agree with you on that.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I feel like communication is very important. I learned this over time. I'm still learning communication. I know I could be a better communicator as far as relationships goes, friendships, all that stuff. Even family. I could be a better communicator. I know I lack that and I'm working on it. And I commit to that. I can hold myself accountable to that. I need to work on communication better. Mainly reassurance. I think we'll talk about it in the video as well as we get on with it. But it's important to give the lady reassurance. That makes the relationship stronger because you reassuring her, let her know how much you love her, how much you care about her, how much you appreciate her, and showing it through action is one thing, but telling her this a lot matters. It matters to her. And I know that's
That's
one of the things I lacked for a long time is not really giving her reassurance or not really understanding how or why to give reassurance.
That's part of being emotionally available, and that's a part also of what makes you a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't want a reassurance from a creep, somebody I don't know, but for my man, it hits different. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, the other day I was at the gas station and I had my joggers on, and the dude looked at me. I don't know if he know me, but he's like, "Oh, I see you trying to hide it today." You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to hide it. You know what I'm saying? We all see it. And he was talking about my behind. Everybody know I got big kind of behind. But that means that values nothing from me, from him. But if it was from my man, I would be cheating all from one ear to ear because my man, the man that loves me, the one that we share, experiences with or whatever, you know, it just hits different.
It does. It does. But not
Yeah.
only just compliments, because you talk like those are compliments.
Yeah.
But women, they, compliments is more of a numbing thing for some women. I'm talking about reassurance as far as
Well, that also could be a reassurance that, oh, she still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It
Right.
still can tell you, she get dressed in the daytime going to work and you're laying in bed, you're like, oh girl, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Turn around, let me see you. That's reassurance, letting her know that she's still interested, letting her know that, you still got a boo. You know what I'm saying? You still got my
You think
attention. You still pique my
you think that's
huh?
reassurance? 'Cause I do that. Well, I mean, with the couples I do, relationships I've been through, I do that all the time. But I feel like that's just compliments. I mean, anybody says,
I mean, it's part, but it's also a reassurance. Like I said, it's a reassurance of letting them know that that you still got it, that you're beautiful. It could be a compliment, but also reassuring that you still got an eye for her or whatever,
what
and you
what
you got you know.
what's your definition of reassurance then?
Okay,
Reassurance
so
for
all
you.
right, you for me,
Yeah.
like I said, just someone reiterating how you feel about me. Like putting me on cloud 10, you know what I'm saying? Clapping for me, being my biggest cheerleader or whatever. Emotionally, tell me how you love me. Some people do affirmations, some people, different ways for different women. But for me, more of mine is affirmations. I love to dress, so if my man come, if I'm there and I'm getting dressed and he said that, yes, it's a compliment, but it's also reassuring that, I still got it with him. That's how I feel. But your women are really different than I am. So there's
Experiences,
no
yeah,
compare.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I will say this from the experiences of what their definition of reinsurance is, what I've learned from them, because again, it's a learning curve, it's a learning, situation and stuff, is that their reinsurance is more of like giving her flowers, telling her how much they love her,
That's gifts.
surprising her.
Yeah.
Those things they love that, and that's reassuring them that they're safe. They feel safe. They feel loved. They feel wanted.
Well,
Not
that don't
giving
make me feel
her, not giving her any like special gifts. I'm not talking about like nothing expensive, just something that the thought that counts situation. Um, they feel as they're not being reassured, and that's a problem. From what I
mm.
experienced, like
Well, like I
flowers,
said,
what
different
they like,
people,
you know, that's showing them that you pay
different.
attention to them, you listen to them, and you give them things that they like and stuff.
Well, for me, if I have a man, I feel like he gonna be doing that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be like something that's like not even spoken of, that like you said, he gonna pay attention to what I like or whatever, he gonna just show up with the flowers or whatever. So I would like it, but I'm more an affirmation person. I like gifts. I like them all, to be honest. I'm more like an affirmation quality time person. And then, yeah, I like you to lavish on me every now and then. But every woman is different. So, if they want you to do that consistently all the time, I think that there comes to a point, it has to be a drawing line that they got to have some confidence in themselves that they don't need it from a man all the time.
Because it's a way I'm trying to like. What I was trying to figure out is just like giving them reinsurance so they're not thinking that I'm cheating on someone or
Well,
I
baby,
don't
sometimes you
care
can't
about
make nobody feel that way. You can't make nobody feel that way. That's just because of them and their insecurities and their trust issues.
but
There
that's
ain't
how
nothing you
relationships
can
don't
do
last.
about that.
That's how relationships don't
Huh?
last. That's how relationships don't last. It's
Well,
over.
then they don't need to be. Well, if you feel that way or whoever, they don't need to be in a relationship. They need to work on themselves.
I feel like if someone told me they don't trust me anymore, it's over. Right? There's no fixing them.
Exactly.
No fixing
Agreed. Because if you talking about fixing it, baby, it's gonna be a long road.
them. There's
You're
no
gonna feel a
fixing
lot of bumps.
them. That's a
And
must.
especially if you the one that cheated, you're gonna feel a lot of bumps.
Even
And every time I hurt you gonna hurt too.
But even not cheating at all, them just thinking that or feeling that way, and they don't trust you is a problem. That's yeah.
Well, women got vibe. They definitely got instincts, but then also they overthinks too. So
Yeah.
that's when you reassure. That's when the reassurance come in.
Yep.
But it doesn't come with materialistic things, you know? It has to come from sometime, but then it's just like you buying me this because you trying to make up with me from you. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like you cheated, so now you trying to make up. That's some crazy.
Right, but even if you didn't cheat, I'm saying, like, even if you didn't cheat and they feel like something's missing, they don't feel safe, they don't feel comfortable, they don't feel safe really, in a relationship.
Anytime a woman don't feel safe in a relationship, she don't need to be there.
Yeah, and no trust either.
So if you're not enough for her, then you don't need to be spending no more energy around her or whatever. Period.
Right.
I'm just being honest with you, because like sometimes these women they so bipolar in their emotions, you ain't gonna be able to please them. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, men like that too. You know, today they want a relationship, tomorrow they just want to be friends. The hell with all that. I'll leave you all the way alone.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. And
You know,
and
so
especially it would hurt when like someone say, even my friends give me more love than you do, or something along those lines.
if they they need to go be in a relationship with a friend. That's how I feel about it.
Or hang out with
You
them.
know what I'm saying?
Hang out with them more. Yeah. And don't hang out with me.
Yeah,
Type situation.
yeah. I ain't about that life, honey. That's childish stuff to me. Like,
And I'm just talking
nah.
about examples, by the way. From that part, I'm just talking about examples.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's childish things to me. We're supposed to be grown and in a relationship. When do you start feeling this way? You know, like, are you just building this up just to have something to talk about or just have strife against me? You know, you never said, but babe, I'm feeling this way. Can you work on that? Can you work on, saying like complimenting me or, assuring me that you still care about me, you still love me? Have they ever said that? See, to me, when I say that, that's a warning. I'm letting you know, hey, I need you to change that. I need you to work on that. And if you don't work on that, then I know you ain't for me. You ain't in it like I'm in it.
And that's part of communication. It's part of having good communication
Right.
with one another,
Right.
Because that's a good conversation to have with your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, of that.
Yeah, somebody you spending time with. Time is precious. Sometimes time is even valuable than money.
Yeah.
So if you sitting here and you puffing and you're not, communicating what's going on with you and you thinking that everything's cool and all the day, one time they blast out on you, that's some crazy stuff. Both need to learn how to communicate. Because for me, I'm going to go ahead and let you know, babe, hey, I ain't like how you said that to me today. Can you work on that? And then if you blow up, then I know you ain't for me.
Yeah.
Or he'd be like, all right, babe, I'm gonna work on that. If he said that, I'm gonna be like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna observe if he does it or not. And if he don't, then he got to go. Because we supposed to be a team.
Exactly. Teamwork made the dream work.
Exactly.